Morning. Day 4 of learning to achieve your goals. Every goal is achievable in one form or another, right? It's a little early, but this is when I get to do it. So here we are, right? Um, so let's review real quick. Day 1 was how to set a goal and how to find out what goals are important to you, fill that gap. And I hope you guys took some time, wrote down some goals that you really wanted to achieve, and found out that maybe some of them that you wrote down weren't as important as you thought they were, but that's how you do it. It's a it's a process of not only elimination but a process of discovery. So setting a goal, right? Write it down in the positive, state it in the positive, state it in the now, and give it a time limit. I know you did it. I hope you did it. So make sure that you have a time limit on your goal. That was day 1. And make it realistic. Make it congruent with who you are, and make it believable. Now, when you shoot for a holy crap goal, I still want it to be just out of your range, I've never had it, or I don't think I've never thought I could achieve it up until now type of thing. But, make it believable. And then in day 2, the most important day, was discover your why. Why do you really want it? And we talked a little bit about, if you say you want more money, what is it you really want? You want the stacks of money? I don't think that's what it is. I think it's what the money will get you that you're after. The freedom to hang out with the people you love, that new home, the feeling of being debt free, setting up an investment program so that you can help other people. I believe that when people want more money, those are the things they're actually looking for. So you have to define your goal, be clear about it, and come up with your why. Your why is the most important thing. If you've got a strong enough why, the how is easy. You'll hear me say that a lot. Okay, so that was day 2. And if you're not, uh, if it's not easy for you to do that, reach out to somebody who can help you. And I can try and help you. You can find other coaches online that'll help you, or you might even have a coach or a friend that you can talk to there, wherever you're at. Okay, so that was day 2. Day 3, we talked about how to measure your goal. And if you've got a long-term goal, it's easy to measure it. You break it up into 6 months, then monthly, then weekly, then daily, and you monitor it. Now, how do you monitor it? Well, you have to be honest with where you're at. You have to really look at where you're at and where you want to be, and learn to close that gap. That's really what goal setting is. And I heard Bob Proctor just say it. If you know how to achieve your goal, that's not the art of fulfillment. That's going sideways. It's too easy to get. I disagree with that to a point, but I also agree with it. If it's easy and you're going to slide sideways into a position that you're comfortable with and that you've been before, that's not a goal. That's re-achieving something you've already got. Now, that could be a goal to get you from where you're at to where you want to be, close the gap if you slid backwards. But what we're talking about now, and what I want you to realize, is that if you reach up and you move toward it, if you're moving toward it, you're growing. And the art of fulfillment is really what happiness is. I've talked to and heard a lot about people that have achieved a lot of things in life. They've achieved, great success financially in their business, and they get there and they go, is this all? And they're not fulfilled inside here. They've reached all those levels that they thought they wanted, and all of a sudden they're not fulfilled. They're still, you hear about all the time. And I don't want to bring negative stuff into this because, we miss these people. But, you think of Robin Williams and the wonderful things that he did in his life. And you can probably name 6, 7, 8 other people that left us, early. And you figured they were fulfilled and happy and successful, and come to find out they are successful, and they're very outwardly happy at helping other people and making other people feel great, but inside they weren't fulfilled enough to maintain, or there was a little bit of discord there somewhere, unfortunately. So what happens? So the art of fulfillment is really what we're after. So when you set your goal and you look for your why, make sure you're very clear on what it is you want and why you want it. And it just takes a little soul searching and being honest about where you are now and where you want to be. And then you can measure it. I'll say it again. What can be monitored can be measured, and what can be measured can be mastered. And if you haven't figured it out yet, reach out to me and we'll take care of that. Okay, so we'll find us on day 4 today. Day 4 is about taking action. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time um, talking about different actions you can take. What I want to point out is don't just take one action, take massive action. And if you're clear on your goal, those massive actions are going to come to you. Now, the law of attraction, you've heard me talk about this before, and I believe it. I believe that when you set this in motion, it really works. So if you start believing that you can achieve your goal, and I can pick, and you're going to have a business, you want to have a business, but your reason for that, and this is a slippery slope, so I'm going to be careful. I'll try to spend a whole lot of time on it because I can go, you know me. You want a business. Well, why do you want the business? Well, if you want the business because you want to be free of your boss, or you want to set your own hours, or you want to make more money, because really, if you own your own business, you're in charge of how much you make, right? You don't have to rely on somebody to give you a raise. You don't have to wait for that paycheck. If you're in sales, it's kind of your own business, right? You can increase your sales that way, but you want to own your own business, and you have your reasons in place. Once you have those reasons in place, you'll suddenly realize that you may not need your own business to achieve some of those reasons. You may not. But on the other hand, that may be exactly what you want. Well, when that happens and your why becomes rock solid, and your determination and your just every ounce of you says, yes, this is what it is, the law of attraction kicks in, and you got to pay attention, because there will be opportunity after opportunity after opportunity pop up in front of you to achieve steps or the major goal. If you don't pay attention, and trust me, that will happen a lot. There's not just going to be one opportunity that's going to pass you by. There's going to be several. I'm talking from experience here. When you recognize them and you write them down, the next step is to take action. You cannot achieve a major goal without taking action. You have to get your feet on the floor and get your boots on the ground, and you need to move. If you don't have the energy to do it, because maybe you've been sedentary or you've been really lazy, and you want to work out, and trust me, if you can force yourself to get up and start moving, and let's say your goal is exercise, anything, but exercise is a good one. I just don't have the energy to exercise. You don't have the energy to exercise because you don't exercise. It's a terrible catch-22. But if you can push through it, you got it. And trust me, if you make a big goal, like I'm going to work out for 4 hours, chances are that's not going to happen, right? So you're going to blow that goal off. And now your strategy to achieve the goal is wrong. I'm going to have to get up here and open the door, I think, in a minute. I do this every time, don't I? But that's like saying you want to watch a beautiful sunset and you start walking east. Your goal might be perfect, but your plan of action, your strategy is wrong. And sensory acuity will tell you, and a little bit of research will tell you, you head east and you're not going to see that sunset for a while. It's going to take a long time. So unless you turn around. So if you have a goal and you're absolutely clear on what it is, and all of a sudden you're in sync and you start getting these ideas, start moving and write them down and pay attention to what results you're getting from the actions. Are you getting closer to your goal or further away? You're not going to be on the mark every time, but I want you to take action. If you plan for an hour, I was talking about this. If you plan for a 4-hour workout and you know you're not going to do it, you've already set yourself up for failure. So what do you want to do? There's a big old spider running around here. You want to whittle it down and just start, okay, well, 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes to thrive. I've heard Tony say that. Just going to do 30 minutes, okay? And if you get up and you can't find 30 minutes for yourself, you need to rearrange your schedule. But let's say 30 minutes just isn't working for you yet. Well, 15 minutes. If you get up and you can move for 55 minutes, if you can walk for 5 minutes, okay, and I can almost guarantee you get up and start exercising for 5 minutes, and you're not going to stay with just 5 minutes. 5 minutes will turn into 10, 10 will turn into 15, and pretty soon you've got your 20 minutes in, and it didn't take, much. After that, you'll either get addicted to it, you'll get addicted to the feeling, or you'll get in a habit that you can repeat until the energy starts to come. And if your why is strong enough, that'll carry you through. So today's about taking action. You've got to take action. How do you take action? You just do it. You get up and you do it. How did you learn to walk? Well, you started walking. You saw other people doing it. You got up and walked. Okay. If you're not sure what actions to take and you haven't got that holy crap moment yet, reach out to somebody who's done it before you. Even if you can't talk to them, research what they've done. If you plant the same seeds, you reap the same rewards, right? Well, no. If you plant the same seeds and take the same actions, you could get the same results. It's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple formula. However, people have a tendency to not want to move. So again, day 4 today is about action. Take massive action. When I say massive action, I mean a lot of different things to get you to that same goal. How do you do that? You have to be clear on where you're going and what you want. And that massive action is easy to find. It really is. There's a lot of ways to lose weight. Okay? A lot of ways. A lot of experts out there that are willing to tell you how to do it. Find what's right for you and stick to it. There's a lot of ways to get a business off the ground. If you say, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, these are all resources. What you need to do is you need to get resourceful and make it happen. If you really, truly want it, people, the art of fulfillment awaits you. The hard work is just the mask that keeps most people on the sidelines. You wonder why 10%, I think it's less than that, 10% of this nation owns 90% of its net worth. Got to get up, get moving. All right, I love you. So day 4, take action. And if you need help, reach out and hire a coach. You're going to hear me say this a lot. This is what I'm doing now. I'm a coach. I do this for people. I'm doing it for you right now. If you need help, hire somebody, get somebody accountable. We're going to talk about that too on day 5, how to hold yourself accountable and how to use sensory acuity to make sure you're on track. All right, I hope you're having a good time with this. Remember, if you haven't started moving towards your goal yet, that's okay. Make this 6-day workshop your goal to learn how to do it. Then at the end of the workshop, put it into action. You can use that as a reset too. If you haven't started yet, you're knocking yourself, I should have started 4 days ago. Don't do that to yourself, okay? There's no better day than today. And if you're waiting till the end of the 6 days, that's fine. Take good notes. Start doing what I said. You'll start kicking into gear. Your sensory acuity, your reticular activating system, and the law of attraction will start to work for you. Don't naysay it. Make it happen. You got this. It's your life. Live it the best way you can. All right. I'm Jim Adkins, and I love you. Get out there and get started. I'm going to jump over to the Facebook page now and talk to some people about what's going on. Okay. So I'll see you guys over there. On your mark, get set, go.